All right, we're gonna watch House of Cards. Frank got what he wanted in the last episode, as he always does. The head of the union guy, whatever his name, the teachers union guy, punched Frank, which pretty much meant that he wasn't gonna be able to say anything after that point. Yeah, Peter Russo is hoping to be governor of whatever state he's in. I can't remember. Is it New Jersey? That's not it. One of the states. He's optimistic. He called his old girlfriend, Christina. She didn't pick up the phone, but I'm assuming they're going to have a conversation at some point. Claire was a beast with their ex-guard. I love her and Frank together. I just love them. They're so great. That's it, right? I think that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and start the next episode.
I'm going to need you to stand on your mark.
I'm fine right here.
Busy man.
Yes, he is. Frank, I hear that you are heading up the special election in my home state, Peter Russo.
We're trying to keep that under the radar until he officially announces. In fact, we're not even working out of my office until that happens.
Where are you working from?
Well, the basement of my house.
He's urban-based. I don't know if he'll connect with rural voters.
Look, frankly, that's one of my concerns as well. We're working on that. But if you were to come out and stump with him, that would go a long way to convince...
Frank, I can't stump for somebody I don't believe in.
It's early days yet. I'd ask you to keep an open mind. And let me know if you want me to set up a meeting between the two of you. Because, sir, an endorsement from you would be a big coup for him.
Not in public. Don't you follow him.
I haven't heard from you in 3 weeks.
Insecurity bores me.
I feel the same way about condescension.
Your place this evening, and I'll text when I'm about to arrive.
What if I'm busy?
You're just afraid I'm gonna stand you up again.
I just want to make sure it's worth my while.
It'll be worth your while.
But right now, we can't...
Don't condescend, Linda. No one
Weakness.
even asked me who I thought should fill my seat. Why is Frank Underwood leading the charge on that, not me?
That is a DNC issue. We are staying out of it, and so should you.
And so I'm supposed to just cut ribbons and go to funerals.
You know what you signed up for.
You're vice president. That's what presidents do. Like,
Thank you, Mr. Vice President.
I didn't get my pen
Your pen?
from the bill signing.
Oh, we'll see what we can do about that.
wow, dude.
Peter Russo, Pennsylvania's 1st district. He's gonna run for governor. Fill Matthews' seat. It's an exclusive profile.
With someone no one's ever heard of. What's the angle?
Alcohol, drugs. He's a kid from the streets. Want the profile to come out as soon as he announces, and I'd like it to be kind.
I don't write puff pieces.
Then get someone else to write it.
I don't benefit from handing out headlines to other people.
Generosity is its own form of power, Zoe. Just once.
Any scars in your arm?
No, it was mainly into cocaine.
What about prostitutes here in D.C.? How often? How often did you solicit prostitutes in D.C.?
Once every 2 or 3 months, sometimes more frequently,
Bullshit.
sometimes
You
less.
have reason to believe any of them were underage.
Jeez, no.
What's going on?
He's an amateur, Frank. If I can get under his skin in less than an hour, how do you think he'll hold up under the press? It'll be a turkey shoot.
All right, I'll speak.
He is so not going to survive this, and they are wasting their money.
May I bring up something else I've noticed?
What's that?
You. Standing in front of the refrigerator. Is there a reason you haven't talked to me about it?
I haven't felt the need to.
Is it bad?
It's not pleasant. But no, it's not bad.
What can I do?
Nothing. If there was something, I'd ask.
Honestly, I don't know. She's got this sort of anti-establishment, fuck you attitude. Conventional news bores her, but if you had something gritty to show... I've got a story if you want it. pretty fucking great.
You would give away a story.
If you're not interested,
No, I'm interested. If I...
Was he at the meeting?
He was. Tried to find him afterwards, but he was gone before I could catch up with him.
Did he say anything?
No, he never shares. He looked preoccupied.
You think he'll show up at the house today?
I have no idea. He's not answering my calls.
The speaker has
Look,
up the
I already
schedule.
spoke to Bob, and he said he'd be fine if you took the rest of the day off. In fact, he said he'd be fine if you wanted to take the next 6 months off.
What?
I want you to be deputy campaign manager. You work under Nash Adams.
No, I spent years being Peter's crutch. If you just want me there...
Well, of course we want you there to help, but not as a crutch. Peter is a talented young man with a lot of potential. He knows this, but he needs to hear from someone other than me.
What is he doing? I wonder how that would feel to be right there, but you don't have that chair. That's why you don't settle for second. Are you gonna steal a pen? This is on camera. We know this, right?
Did he tell you about the whole plan? About coming clean?
Yeah, he did.
I have Kevin and Sarah to think about.
Everyone has a past.
Not like mine. You don't know half the things I've done, Christina. My kids read, their friends read. I can't take that chance.
Look, if you don't want to run, then you shouldn't.
I do want to run. I wouldn't let it go this far if I didn't want it.
Well, then what are you
Maybe
doing?
It's a good thing. Confronting your past, even for your kids. Then...
I don't care what they think. I care what you think.
I think you'd be great.
Here's the deal. My children stay out of the limelight. No photo ops, no press.
We wouldn't dream of it.
Okay? Let's do this.
If you own up to some of the shenanigans, sweep the rest under the rug, you might have a shot.
How much do we have to sweep under?
Well, that kid had a talent for covering his tracks. I've highlighted all the items I think he should admit to. The rest I wouldn't mention.
It's a lot not to talk about.
I have to say, sir, the vice president has a point. I'm not 100% sold on Russo. Do we really want to go with someone this
He looks at the
untested?
camera.
Frank? We're grooming him, sir. What I see is a recovering alcoholic with a history of drug abuse.
What?
Excuse me, Frank?
But he's clean now, has been for a year. This is a redemption story, Mr. President. This is a bright young man who's put his life back on track. Now he wants to help put Pennsylvania back on track.
Drugs, Frank?
People love an underdog, Linda, and people love someone who stands up after they've fallen. I realize that I sometimes think out of the box, but the last time I did, we signed an education bill.
Yeah, so shut up.
I didn't plan on telling them so much so soon, but if I didn't, Linda would have swayed him. There's no better way to overpower a trickle of doubt than with a flood of naked truth. This is why the education bill was so important. It bought me influence precisely when I needed it most.
I still have my key.
I noticed. Aww.
There's so little she'll ever reveal to me, or I to her. I bet her father knows even less. I'm sure she's speaking half an octave higher. Same voice she had when she was 16, telling him all about her new job, how much she misses him, and sorry she didn't send a card. Telling him everything but the truth.
No, I'm not seeing anyone right now. I don't.
Ew, that's gross. While you're on the phone with your
I'm not
parents.
interested in that.
This is so weird. Is it? Why does that feel shorter? Kind of a filler episode. I'm really surprised Peter Russo has lasted this long. I guess he's not going to die anytime soon. Vice President. it would be hard to be that close to that seat, but you're not the president. But that's what you signed up for. But I mean, who wouldn't want to do that, right? Everybody would want to sit in that chair at least one time. Frank getting Christina to come and help Peter was a smart move. He's so good at just getting people to do what they want, like finding their button and knowing exactly what to do to move them into the position he wants. All these people, so he's getting Peter to be governor. What was it, the Secretary of State, or like all these people he's moving into position. So basically, he can use anyone at any time he wants to. It's genius. I have a feeling the writer chick that Zoe gave the piece to is not going to write a very good article about him. If she does, cool, but for some reason I feel like she's going to be a bitch and write something like she doesn't believe him, or he's not, you know what I mean? She's going to write something bad. But whatever. All publicity is good publicity. Alright, that's it. I will see you probably next week, I guess, with the next 2 episodes. And yeah, that's it. Have a good weekend.